Alright, so in order to start our class, the first thing we'll actually want to do is go to our command account. Alright, so what we want to do on here is go to agent.kw.com. Alright, so agent.kw.com will help out tremendously. Alright, so once you actually go to agent.kw.com, this is where you're going to be able to access all of your different command information. Alright, so I'm already logged in on here. This is all good to go. I just wanted to give you like a little brief overview of command before we actually jump into how we can help out with everything. Alright, just to make sure you guys have an idea as to what we're looking at on here. Alright, so a little brief overview for you in case you're looking at making the switch to command or making the pivot to it. Alright, in this case, this is the command dashboard. Alright, so these are the main items that you'll actually see when you first log in to agent.kw.com. Now, the agent.kw.com backend will actually have the same login and password as your MyKW account. Alright, so use that same login and password that you use for MyKW. Typically, it's the first initial of your first name, your last name, and potentially a number at the end to help out to get in here. Alright, now with that being said on here, let's go ahead and talk about all the different items that we're actually seeing on the left-hand side, because these are all of your main applets that you can actually utilize. Alright, so obviously the home one is your dashboard, and this is going to have some of the main items you can actually focus on, whether it's new tasks that you have to do for today, new leads that may have come in, obviously your goals on here as well, if you're tracking your goals inside command of what you need to do in order to actually reach that 2020 goal, your notes that you've left on here as well for you to obviously pick back up, alright, or even your database health, product updates on here too of what's going on with command and new items that have updated, or even design updates on here too of new designs that have recently come out, and even one that's featured from another person, either an agent or an associate, so that way you can actually see what other people are doing on here too. Alright, so this dashboard is really just the main location that you can actually kind of function with some of the top items you may want to see right away when you access command. Now the main applets though that we're seeing on the left-hand side over here are the main different functionalities that you want to utilize. Alright, so the contact section on here is going to be your contacts location. Alright, so much like your current CRM, whatever CRM you might be utilizing, this is where you'll actually be able to access all of your different contacts. You can add inside your database, you can access the backend to set them up on neighborhoods, you can actually go inside here and call or email them. Alright, there's a bunch of different options that are available for you to utilize. Alright, so this is going to be your main contact section that you'll have access to on here. Alright, but beyond that, you're also going to have your tasks section. Now this will also sync with Kelly. So if you've downloaded Kelly on your phone, you can actually access your task immediately. Alright, and this will actually allow you to go through and see all the tasks that you currently have to do. Alright, whether this is a task that you've added in individually, or a task that actually came out from a smart plan. Alright, so I just want to give you a heads up, this will display all the different task options that are available for you, whether it's something as simple as, call John Smith, contact Jane Smith for a testimonial, whatever it might be that you've added in or you have from your smart plans. And then if you have any opportunities that have tasks, there's an opportunity section on here as well. Alright, now beyond the tasks section, you also have your smart plans. A lot of people think of these as email campaigns, but they're actually way beyond that. Alright, so this is actually going to function to provide emails, obviously. It'll have texting options, it's going to have task options, phone calls. Alright, so it's a little mix of everything on there. Alright, so this way, if you happen to set up any of these smart plans that have tasks, that's how they'll put over here too. Alright, but you can actually set up all of your different smart plans to go out to all of your contacts in your database. Alright, and this will be very similar to an email campaign, but it's going to have a lot more beyond that. So I definitely want to make sure you guys know that. So if you do want to utilize text messaging, there's SMS messaging from Twilio. Alright, that is a paid service though, so I just want to give you a heads up on there. Alright, or of course it'll have the option for phone calls. It'll have the option for you to actually send stuff out. Alright, and this is all available on here. And the best part is they're all editable. Alright, so you can go through and edit any of these different campaigns or different smart plans that KW has come out with, or you can create your own. Alright, so that's all available on here too. Alright, now beyond that, you'll also have the referral section. Now, if you're a previous KW agent, you probably remember the referral section mainly being inside KW Connect. Alright, and that has moved over to KW Command. Alright, so you can utilize that over here too. Alright, so the referral section on here is going to help you to send kind of intra-company referrals. Alright, so you can actually send referrals to other KW agents that you may want to reach out to. All right, so at the end of the day, if you're actually, say for instance, I'm in Orlando and I have some family and friends over in California, I can reach out to them and say, hey, if you're looking for a fantastic real estate agent, feel free to let me know and I'll get you in touch with a great Keller Williams agent in the area to help you out immediately. All right, I could then come on here and search for a KW agent inside their area to send over that referral. All right, and this way you can track everything. You can actually see if you have any pending referrals, if you've received any, if you've sent any. All right, you can even see all of your invites on here. Kind of like adding a friend on Facebook or adding a connection on LinkedIn. It'll be very similar. All right, but if you ever use that referral section from KW Connect, this is going to be almost identical for you. All right, then beyond that, we also happen to have the opportunities section on here too. All right, now a lot of people have obviously heard of, geez, man, wow, what am I thinking of it? Sorry, I want to say lead to close, but what am I thinking before? Contract to close. I don't know why I couldn't think of that. All right, so a lot of people have heard of contract to close, where obviously once the person is under contract, now it goes through all the documentation to get them to close. All right, well, in this case, this is actually going to be a lead to close instead. All right, so for your opportunities, you can actually add inside your contacts from when they first became a contact, first became a lead, all the way through to when they've potentially closed on their home, whether they've sold it, whether they purchased it, whether they've leased it. All right, you can actually go through and access all of this. All right, so the cool part is now you'll know where all of your clients are in each phase and stage. All right, so these are the 5 phases you'll have on here, and under each phase you'll have a different stage that you can utilize. All right, so that way you can see where each contact or client is during their entire sales pipeline. All right, so opportunities will help out tremendously on here. All right, now beyond that, you're also going to have the campaign section on here too. All right, so a question just came in. We have a client on a smart plan. What happens if there's no listing for that area? Will an email be sent? So if you actually have them on a smart plan for the neighborhood, so I'm thinking you might be thinking of like the monthly neighborhood nurture or so, it'll actually send all the information for that particular neighborhood. So if there aren't any listings, it'll still send that data information about what's actually happened previously. All right, but it just won't show any active active listings on there. So I may suggest adding in maybe a couple different neighborhoods to ensure that there are some active listings on there too. But you'll at least get that data that'll pop up on there too. All right, but under the campaign section, this is where you can find all of your free and paid campaigns that you can utilize. Hey, you're welcome. All right, so on here, the reason I say there are free and paid campaigns is you will have the option of paid ads on here. So if you're utilizing pay-per-click marketing, if you're utilizing Facebook, all right, or Twitter, Google Ads, anything like that where you're actually paying to have your ad pushed out where people can see it, this is where that paid ad will come from. All right, then you'll have the option to send emails. This is free, but I'm going to put an asterisk mark on that because it's technically through MailChimp. So as long as you have under 2,000 contacts that you want to send an email out to, this will be free for you to use. All right, so I just want to give you a heads up on there. All right, so since it is currently still through MailChimp, hopefully in the future it'll be through command email instead. All right, this is free for up to 2,000 contacts. All right, but you can also purchase direct mail pieces. So if you want to do any type of postcard mail out, that's an option on here too. All right, or you can actually utilize the social post section, so you can actually start to post out different pieces over on Facebook, over on Twitter. All right, so you have those 2 options to actually post out directly. So if you're currently posting on Facebook directly or on Twitter directly or through a platform like Hootsuite, Buffer, TweetDeck, whatever you might be utilizing, this is going to be very similar for it too. All right, and all this is accessible up here at the top right under that Create a New Campaign option. All right, now beyond that, you're also going to have the option on here for reports. Now, unlike the reports on MyKW, where you're going to have a bunch of different statistical reports, these are going to be more so the reports on command directly. All right, because if you notice, you'll have your dashboard that will give you a little bit of an overview about your database, about how healthy it is, and obviously some of the main items you'll want to reach for on your database to ensure it's as healthy as possible. All right, but under this report section, you'll actually be able to see opportunity reports. How well your opportunity is doing on here. You can see your database report, much like we saw on that homepage on there, but obviously a little bit more in depth. You can see your goals report on here too, so that way you can see how close you are to reaching your goal for 2020. All right, then you'll also happen to have the goals section on here as well. All right, so that way you can actually track all of your goals for this year to make sure that you're on track to reach that GCI goal at the end of the day. All right, or you'll even have the option to track some of the different emails. Now, it won't actually show individual emails, all right? So you can't say, hey, I just sent out a mass email on here, or obviously through the smart plans, and I sent it out for the monthly neighborhood nurture. It went out to 50 people. All right, this is going to give you an overview. It'll say, all right, this was sent out to 50 people, and of those 50 people, how many clicked on it? How many opened it? How many replied? You know, so on and so forth on here. All right, so I just want to give you a heads up. This is all accessible, but it is going to be an overview option for it too. All right. Then, of course, you also happen to have your design section on here. This is where you can design all of your marketing pieces. Now, if you notice up here at the top, you can also see the categories as to how you can find the previously designed pieces right away or previously viewed. All right, one of the biggest questions I always receive inside these classes or even from our tip videos, agents will come through and they'll say, hey, you were on the design section. You had a bunch of different templates on there, but I don't have them. Right? And the reason is it's because we actually clicked on this to view them or we saved them. All right, so in this particular case, all these that I'm viewing right here are actually from ones that I've gone through and I have either viewed in the back end or I've actually updated and saved on here too. All right, so I just want to give you a heads up. So you can access all these different categories up here too to utilize that immediately. All right, or more importantly, there is the plus sign at the bottom right where you can actually create these. So if you haven't gone through and viewed any or created any pieces quite yet, this is where you can actually go through and create an email piece. You can view all the social templates or all the print templates. You can actually create a video for your neighborhood. You can import a PDF to update it. The two big locations to worry about, though, for all the different templates are going to be social and print. That'll take you over to a place called WeBrand that you can utilize at the end of the day. All right, and this will help out tremendously so you can actually go through and find all those templates that are available. All right, so I just want to give you a heads up on that one. All right, then, of course, the final three big items, you will have a listing section on here. This is where you'll actually be able to access all the different listings inside the KWLS 2.0. All right, so as you can see, this is a sneak peek of the new KWLS. So you still have the KWLS over on your MyKW platform, but the KWLS 2.0 is going to pull in just about every, in this case, every listing from all different boards around the country for you to utilize. All right, so what I always kind of, portray it as is think of like on Realtor.com or Zillow.com where you go on there and you can search for all the different listings. So if I'm in Orlando, I can search for listings over in Dallas, Texas. All right, well, the same thing's going to happen now over on your app and over on your IDX site. All right, so now you're actually able to search for all those different listings that are available, not just KW-specific listings. That's the best part about it. All right. And then, of course, beyond that, you also have the Insights section. I may suggest for the time being skipping over this real quick. I haven't seen these utilized too much right now for the Insights on here. All right, but at the end of the day, if you want to add an insight, obviously you're more than welcome to, of just different locations around your area that you may want to highlight. Once again, I wouldn't suggest doing too much on here. I'm not 100% sure what might be going on with them. As you can see, some of these are from when they first launched back in 2018, so almost 2 years ago. So we'll see very soon what's going to happen on that one. All right, but then finally you're going to have it says landing pages. It should say consumer for you depending on what page you're on. Sometimes it'll say sites on here too. All right, but in this case, once you actually click on this, as you can see it says consumer on here. Then this is where you can actually find all of your landing pages. You can find all of your agent site pages you've created. You can also find your guides that are over on your KW app that you can utilize. All right, so a bunch of different options that are currently available for you guys to use on here. Now, once again, this will display previously created pages for you. All right, so if yours are empty or blank, no worries. You can always click this Create a New Site option at the top right to actually create a site on your agent website. Right, or on a standalone page like a landing page. So even though it's saying create a new site, it's really creating a new page at the end of the day, because then it's going to add it over to your agent site or over on your landing page. All right, or of course you can always click on site and app settings on here to edit the back end immediately. So I just want to give you a heads up, all this is accessible at the end of the day to help out. All right, so I just wanted to give you a quick overview of the KW backend, and nothing too crazy by any means, just a very brief overview of what's available on here. So that way, if you are looking to make the shift or the pivot or whatever you want to consider it over to Command from your current CRM, that'll just give you a very basic oriented detail as to what everything is. All right, now once again, we do have classes purely on each of these items on here too, so you can actually find more in-depth information, or our Tuesday classes will actually cover command, how you can go through and set it up, and then a little bit more info as well on these too, beyond just kind of talking about them for a hot second. But the reason I wanted to talk about this first before we even got to our website on here is because I wanted to show you here's everything that's available. So now let's talk about all the stuff that we can actually do to help you guys out. All right, so on ScottLeroyMarketing.com, with our virtual tech concierge that your market center is utilizing, all right, all this stuff is actually available for free for you guys to use. And the main place to really focus on is going to be this KW resources section on here. All right, so right underneath ScottLeroyMarketing.com, it's going to be right inside this little white menu bar. It'll be KW resources on here, and that'll give you access to everything. Now, what I usually suggest for agents to take a look at, obviously all these are accessible for you, all right, but when it comes to command only, so we're going to obviously highly feature the command items that we can help you guys out with. If you're looking for just purely an update to make sure that everything is up and running properly, we can actually treat you like we treat a new agent when setting them up, so we can ensure that everything possible is up and running in your backend for you. All right, this will allow us to basically go through and say, hey, all right, let's double check all your items, whether it's the command platform or whether it's the prior KW tools as well. All right, so with that being said on here, I'm going to go and put this inside our little chat section. Awesome. All right, so you can actually go to our questionnaires, and I put it on there. It's ScottLeroyMarketing.com/existing. Will allow us to go through and basically treat you like a new agent to ensure that all of your tools are up and running properly. All right, so that is our existing agent questionnaire that'll help out tremendously. Now, one thing you will note, though, whenever you sign in to our website, all right, it is going to ask for your market center number or password. Now, typically, this will just mean that it needs your market center number at the end of the day. All right, and that market center number is accessible if you go into My KW. It'll display at the top right on there. So let me go ahead and see if I can open this up real quick. I didn't do this on our last one, and I kind of want to do it on this one real quick. But I want to see if I'm signed into anything else, so I don't stay signed in. I can show you how to sign in real quick. Perfect. I don't think I am. Oh, well, luckily enough, I'm signed into mine. Perfect. All right, so if you go to mykw.kw.com, your market center number will display at the top right up here for you to utilize. All right, so if I'm part of the Little Rock Market Center, then I can put inside 594 on here, and that'll link me up with their office immediately. All right, and that's all you'll have to do to utilize this. All right, so I just figured I'd give you a heads up on there. It's going to X out of that real quick. All right. Now, once again, the existing agent questionnaire is perfect if you are an existing agent that wants to be completely set up with everything possible. All right, that'll help us to ensure you're up and running properly at the end of the day. All right, or of course, beyond that, let me X out of this real quick to clear the clutter. Beyond that, we also have our live webinars. So if you just want to learn more about the KW platform, very similar to how you guys are on the class right now, this is how all of our live webinars will be. All right, so they're definitely meant for you guys to obviously follow along. This one's a little bit different. All right, but in this case, during all of our classes, they're very slow paced. This is the only faster paced one. All right, and it'll actually walk you through how to utilize pretty much all the different tools that are available for you as a KW agent. All right, so that way you can use all the different command tools right away. All right, now those are also available 24/7 under our training section too. So if you want to learn more about the trainings, if you aren't able to make it to that class that's always at 1 p.m. Eastern time, that's okay. All right, these are always available online under our previous training classes on here too that you can access 24/7. All right, or you can always click on this training calendar option to view all of our upcoming courses too. All right, now the main thing I wanted to show you, though, that we'll actually do for you guys. So obviously, we'll help to troubleshoot everything. You can call or email us, and I'll show you at the very bottom down here how you can get in touch with our support right away. All right, but the main items that we can obviously do beyond just troubleshooting, beyond the live trainings, are obviously our questionnaires where we can ensure you're completely up and running, not only with the KW command tools, but really with all tools on the KW platform. All right, but we can also go through under this support section. This is the other really big item to keep in mind. All right, so we can actually go through this support section to help you out with a bunch of different items for your KW Command platform. All right, so if you are making the move to KW Command from your current CRM, or you just want to utilize it a little bit more, All right, we can actually help out with a good amount of these items on here. All right, so once we go under that support page, if we scroll down just a little bit further, all right, then we can see there are about 9 different command services we have on here. So we have our command profile setup. So if you don't want a full setup, that's okay. All right, you can always come through here and you can go to scottleroymarketing.com/command, and that'll allow us to actually get your command profile and your IDX site up and running immediately. All right, if you need help actually just setting up DocuSign, importing a database, setting up MailChimp, setting up SmartPlan, setting up Twilio, all these items are accessible for you to utilize. All right, and all you'd have to do is just click on any of them, and it'll give you a very short form to fill out so we can actually go through and tweak this even further for you. All right, so if you just need help setting up DocuSign, for instance, you can click on this, and it'll give you the DocuSign form that you can actually fill out so we can get you up and running right away. All right, so I just want to give you a heads up. All these are completely available and completely free at the end of the day. All right, so from our last class last week, someone actually asked, is there a way to just combine all these into one? All right, so really all these on here, with the exception of the database imports, are actually accessible under our existing agent questionnaire, because we'll actually do all of that for you on there. So these are really meant for agents that, at the end of the day already have everything set up, but just want to kind of update a couple minor items, or they just want to make sure that this is completed on here, but they don't need to worry about the other tools. All right, so this will help with individual requests instead. All right, we also have miscellaneous services on here too. All right, so that way if you're looking for something as simple as, maybe you're leaving a team and you're actually just going off on your own as an individual agent, we can ensure everything is turned around and made into an individual backend for you. All right, so we definitely make sure your information is displaying on there and the team info is down. All right, if you need help creating a QR code for your new app, for your new command website, for your new landing page, all right, we can actually do that for you. All right, we can even help with minor items too, like updating your contact email, your headshot, your bio, your phone number, your social media links. If you're creating a team, we can help to update that for you as well, or update your website address. All right, so there's a bunch of different locations all these would need to be updated in, and we can actually help to override that immediately for you too. All right, so all this is completely available for you guys to utilize. And once again, all you'd have to do is just click on any of these. So if I click on that one, I'll open a new window on there, new tab. All right, then we can access that 24/7 to fill out. And really, that'll just help us to see exactly what it is you guys might be looking for, so we can help out immediately. All right, now beyond that, let's go down here. We'll go past the K2B email Google services. Those are available for you on the K2B email side. All right, but we also happen to have web services on here too. All right, now obviously these were originally created for the previous KW sites, but now that the Command IDX site is available, these are available for you to utilize on there too. All right, so if you need help on your KW IDX site, maybe you're moving over from your current CRM that has a website and you want to utilize the new command site, we can help to ensure that your testimonials are added in properly, that you have it says custom app menu, but it's really a custom app page now, that you have a download my app page, that your domain is forwarded over to the new site properly, that you obviously have your Facebook widget on there so it's displaying all of your posts correctly. We can set up Google Analytics for you. We can set up a mortgage calculator. So all these items are available for you guys to utilize, and all of them are completely free to use, which is the good part. Obviously, for a domain on here, you'd have to have that purchased, or the Keeping Current Matters. That's a big one that agents will utilize if they have a subscription to that platform. That would be something you'd have to purchase as well too. But everything else is completely free for us to go through and update on here. All right, so I just want to give you a heads up. All these are accessible. And once again, that's all under our support page. So I'll put that over inside our little chat section on here. scottleroymarketing.com/support. All right, but once you click on any of these, it's just going to pop up saying, hey, to have this completed, just fill out this short form. Here's a little video that you can watch if you want to about how to fill this out. And more importantly, here's just the info we need. What's your name? How do you want us to notify you? In this case, what's the QR code you need it for? And then we always ask a little fun question at the end. It really has nothing to do with the caption. It's just nice to read, what other people have on there. It's always nice to ask those random questions. All right, and then once this comes over, we can help you out immediately with everything to get that up and running right away. All right, so this is all accessible at the end of the day to help you guys out. So I just want to give you a heads up. This is all available for you. All right, and that's all accessible under our K2B Resources support section on here. So the two really big items that I would suggest if you are looking to move over to K2B Command and you haven't made that move quite yet is obviously through our questionnaire section for the existing agent questionnaire. right? Or through our support on here too, for all the different free support that we'll provide for you to utilize on the KDB Command platform. All right, so you definitely want to make sure everything is up and running properly on here. Now, obviously, there are additional items like the training options on here. We have all of our challenges, our cheat sheets, our tips, and whatnot. There's additional live webinars you can utilize. There's even templates on here too. All right, but today's class was obviously mainly about the KDB Command platform, making that transition to it. Now, one thing I did want to end on for you guys, so I did say this before, at the bottom of every page is going to be our contact info. All right, so our phone support is open Monday through Friday, the same as KW's phone support. So we're open from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Central Time, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Obviously, do the conversion if you're in a different time zone or anything. And then our email support, we say, is open from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Usually, if you email before or after that, there's a good chance you're going to get a response back. So I just want to give you a heads up on that. But feel free to email us about anything and everything. We are here to help out with all of your KDB technology at the end of the day. All right, but hopefully this will give you a quick rundown of the KDB Command platform if you are making that transition as to what all these are and how they may integrate with your current CRM to see how you can transition everything over, and more importantly, how we can help to actually make that transition seamless for you guys. All right, so our end goal at the end of the day is to help out as much as possible to make that transition an easy one. And I just realized that on the existing agent questionnaire, I typed it incorrectly, so I'm going to resend this back out on there. All right, so that is going to be it for our little short overview class of how you can actually utilize Scott Leroy Marketing to pivot over to Command and where some of the different items are currently located on here.